Being young is great. The greatest moments in life are when you're young. There's nothing greater than being 21. All those late night parties in college, drinking all night, and the feeling of being young. It's a great time. But, unfortunately, you can only live it once. No matter how nice it is to be young, you will eventually grow old, and the best time to plan for the future is now, when you're still young. A quote in one great movie once said, "Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift." That is why it is called the present. Nothing stays the same, it all gets crushed. It all gets broken. It all passes with time. Only the moment you're in has any meaning. The choices you make now, the people you surround yourself with, they all have the potential to affect your life, even who you are, forever. In this video I'm going to share with you 10 mistakes young people make, and later on regret in life. Before we start, if you are new here and you would like to stay up to date with my latest videos and cool job seeking tips, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel by clicking the red big button below this video, and turn on notification. Welcome back. 1. Impulsive and trivial purchases. One of the biggest mistakes most youth make is overspending on trivial things, and immense impulsive purchases. Latest fashion, technology, and cars are some of the many biggest temptations most young people fail to resist. Most people in their youth are more worried about the amount of money that is coming into their account, and are less worried about the one that's going out. It seems like it doesn't cost a fortune to purchase the latest iPhone every time it comes out, and all those impulsive purchases you make whenever you get into a supermarket. But later on in life, it does cost a fortune. After some years, all that money you wasted buying the latest phone whenever it's released, if properly invested, it could have generated a fortune. The time to invest for your future and prepare for retirement is now. So it is advisable to spend wisely when you're still young. 2. Not investing money. Most young people fail to realize that they will eventually grow old sometime in life, hence the time to start preparing for the future is now. Most youths don't know the importance of investing. Not investing your money is almost as bad as spending all your money. If you don't invest any part of your savings, your money stays there sleeping and won't grow. The investment involves certain risks. Nevertheless, the risk is necessary to achieve results. Investing intelligently in the stock market can bring you about 7% on average, which is much better than the 0 to 2% that your money will bring you by staying in your savings account. 3. Young people trust whatever they listen and believe blindly. Young people are people with a great mind, full of opinions, but they rarely challenge what they hear from older people. Youth should be a time of learning, questioning what you are told, and even get deeper into your own best thoughts and points of view. Experience may lead you to discover issues that seem black and white, which were actually many shades of gray. Age doesn't necessarily develop wisdom, and many young people too easily accept what they hear from older generations. Following your instincts can take you a long way if you know how to follow it well. 4. Not having a plan. You must have a plan for your future. Having a plan will guide you and help you work hard to achieve your goals. If you meet someone who has a plan for their life, you will notice that they are focused and motivated to make things happen. Think about what you want to do financially, and what you will need to do to achieve it. If you don't have a financial plan, now is the time to do it. Start by setting up a detailed follow-up of your expenses, and look for areas where you can reduce your expenses. Implementing this detailed budget tracking will be one of the most important steps in improving your financial situation. 5. Failing to create multiple sources of income. One of the biggest mistakes most people make, usually in their youth, is to spend most of their life relying on one job and one single source of income. When you are still young, it is advisable to try to generate passive income, and in this modern era, the possibilities for generating additional income are immense. You must take advantage of the opportunities offered on the internet to diversify your sources of income. This is important for many reasons. You will not be as worried about losing your job if you have an additional income through what is called a side hustle. This will allow you to relax more at work and in your life. Being more relaxed will make you a better employee, and may even be the thing you need to do to get a better position. Having additional income will also help you save more and cover unexpected expenses that may rise. 6. Procrastination. When you are young, you often think you have all the time in the world. Because of that, they procrastinate the most important things, and most young end up failing to do what's required of them at a certain point in time in life. Stop putting off the things you can work on today. Overcoming procrastination is not an easy task, but it is a necessity. To avoid falling into procrastination, do not set yourself goals that are too high to be within your reach. You don't have to do a huge task every day. 7. Young people think that love alone is enough to sustain a relationship. Love is undoubtedly a key ingredient in making a relationship work. However, it is not sufficient. It is possible to be very much in love with someone, yet realize that the two of you are fundamentally incompatible. The best relationships are based not on romantic love but on shared values, dreams, and goals. Communication skills and the ability to argue without hurting one another for the sake of it are also vital. Since choosing a life partner is an important decision you'll have to make at your 20s, knowing this truth will help you. A long-lasting relationship is about love, but not just that. Your partner must share a significant part of your values, goals, and aspirations, or else you won't last together. 8. Taking everything for granted. As someone who crossed 25 years of my life, I can say without a doubt the biggest mistake young people make is taking stuff for granted. I'm not talking in the things being handed to you sense, but more in the it'll inevitably be gone sense. Age, beauty, weight, jobs, money, educational opportunities, friends, family. Nothing is forever. When we're young, we focus so much on what we want to have 10, 15, 20 years in the future, but often what one has at the present is forgotten. Or even vice versa, people think what they have at the present will be had in the future, which is often not the case. 9. Getting into debt. Some are unavoidable, but buying a new bike or car is a very common way to introduce yourself to some bad debt. If you have no credit, there's a good chance the interest rates will be garbage, and you'll be paying for it for 5+ years in most cases. Instead of buying a brand new car, buy a used car. Make it a common but reliable car like a Civic or Swift or Accent or something. They're cheap and good cars. That is, if you even need a car. Try to avoid buying one altogether. They are not an investment by any means. They are a money pit. 10. Thinking there's some kind of rat race timeline to getting married or having kids. If I had a nickel for every time I heard a girl tell me she wants to be married with 2 kids by 25, and never saw it happen. Marriage and kids are not the graduation dates. Real love is one of the hardest things in life to find, way harder than finding a fulfilling job or place to live. People shouldn't put an arbitrary deadline on something they have very little control over. If you're in a relationship in your 20s and are ready to have kids and get married, then you're good to go. If you're single and wondering where your boyfriend is at 20, don't marry the first guy you meet to fulfill some made-up deadline. That's why the divorce rate is 50%. So if you even are in a position that you want to change from, don't hesitate to leave a comment and let me know I could help you in any kind of way. Before we end, if you are new here and you would like to stay up to date with my latest videos and cool job seeking tips, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel by clicking the red big button below this video, and turn on notification. Thank you for watching.